Wow.
Welcome to this week. Welcome to this week's episode of the Angry Geek Show. We are live from Most Excellent Comics, Enfield, Connecticut, at the Last Minute Con. We are here with Ace Fett.
What's up?
We're here with Jeremy Courtney.
Hello.
You have absolutely no presence whatsoever. No presence. I said presence. I said presence. Get a piece of gum, brother. We're gonna chew some gum. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna give the mic. I'm gonna give the mic to Ace Fett for a second. And Ace, I want you to explain a little bit. I already did a PSA today. Will you shut up? I did a PSA today for our cosplayer of the year. Can you put in your little 2 cents?
For what? The PSA from Cosplay of the Year?
I don't have any change.
I don't know. I mean, on the post, we saw a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of pictures being added, and it was just to the sense where you looked at it in terms of, well, why is this person, nominated? We're in there. We're in there, right? Yeah, we're in frame. You maybe not because you're so damn tall, but and it's taking that character and embodying them like somebody like Kevin St. Pierre, somebody like Jason Evans, doing it to the point where that's what you're going to look at in terms of, can this person be cosplay of the year because of, do they eat, sleep, and breathe the character? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Scarlet. Daddy? Scarlet.
Special guest star Zoe.
Zoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Jane Courtney.
Daddy.
Zoe. Zoe. Look at Uncle Louie. Let Daddy pick you up. Hold on a second. YouTube land. Go on. Pick her up for a minute. I got an idea.
Oh, you need money for the M&Ms?
Hold on 1 second.
Uncle Felix has money for the M&Ms.
Okay. We're going to have a special treat. Come over here. I want Zoe. We're going to have a special...
And switch.
Watch this. Sing Wrecking Ball. Go on. Do it for Uncle Louie. Please.
If you sing Wrecking Ball, Uncle Felix has money for the M&Ms.
Sing it.
You're bribing my child.
Sing it.
Uncle Felix has
Say hi.
Like a restaurant.
What? Sing it. Sing it. Sing it. Sing it. Sing it. Sing it.
And can you like a
Only on the Angry Geek Show.
All right, money for the M&Ms.
There you go. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, princess. Go have fun.
Okay, now your turn. About the whole thing of cosplayer of the week.
Came in like a wrecking ball. Oh, cosplayer. Well,
We're getting a lot of posts, a lot of people saying.
I've seen them. Nobody's actually said anything to me personally. Said, hey, this person, hey, Jeremy, you should. But I think they all think that my vote's spoken for, and they're right. It is spoken for.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
Oh, what are we talking about?
We're
I never know what we're talking about.
I know. What we're talking about is the people coming. Yo, give me the damn microphone. What we're talking about is people posting pictures. Hey, vote for this person, vote for this person, and they're not even qualified. Didn't you watch the PSA that we did this morning?
No, I didn't. I didn't know there was a PSA this morning.
This is why Bill wants to fire you.
No. This isn't why.
Yes.
This is why Slade wants to kill you.
Yeah, Bill wants to take a contract out and have Slade come after you.
In Article 33 of paragraph 47 of page, I think it's 39, Jeremy Courtney is allowed to do and say whatever he pleases.
No.
Well, if we had a contract, that's what it would say.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, anyway, the PSA was just that in order for you to be cosplayer.
I am sorry that I did not see it because I am still without a wife. She will be home today, and then I'll be able to catch up on everything. And I also almost killed myself this week. So
Yeah, let's see the battle wound. Put it up. Look at this. This is pretty nasty. Where? I don't see it.
I can't really show it off. I won't. When you have children for as long as I've had all by yourself,
I saw it. It went right to the bone. It was pretty gross. Well, anyway, the PSA was just telling people, explaining once again the rules.
So,
What the hell are you doing?
she's doing num-nums.
Was just explaining the rules of the cosplay contest, and here comes Zoe again with that one doesn't fit.
I can see how this is going to be a great
It
show.
should fit. He's gonna be back. All right, come over here. Oh, of course, it's gonna be a great show. Here we are at the Last Minute Con. Here we got some artists. The Last Minute Con. We're gonna bring some artists in. We're gonna do some other things. The PSA is out there for Cosplayer of the Week. Just check that out. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Right back. Right.
Right back.
Hey, and welcome back to the Angrygeeks show. This is Jeremy Courtney, and I'm here with Ace Fett and RJ from Inconceivable. So, what's going on with the show?
Well, we had our first year this year, 2014 up in Northampton, Mass, and the reception was amazing. So next year we're going to do it again. 2015, we're going to do it August 28th, 29th, and 30th, same place, the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Northampton. And we are putting together the guest list right now. And our vendor room will open up in January. We already have our panels set up for Friday night. We're going to be doing an 18 and older event. We're going to have belly dancing, burlesque, comedy routines, and just look for more. Yeah, it does. You can't beat it. Join it, right?
Yeah.
And we're just looking to make it.
I have a friend that does burlesque. I'm wondering if she's doing the show.
What group does she work with?
I could not tell you.
Happy Hour? That's
No idea. I know she dances a lot in Northampton and goes to show. I shouldn't be talking about her.
But we have Shimmy Ninja. It's going to be our belly dancing troupe, which is the same troupe we had last year, and they put on an amazing show. And
I love belly dancers.
Oh, yes. And Happy Hour Burlesque is going to be the burlesque team, and then plus two.
It's not a sexual thing, I swear.
It's not. It's all about the art.
All about the art.
It's all about the art.
Art. What?
Yep.
No, it's been on the whole thing.
No, you just shut it off. Click it.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on. I can't. Maybe it's this base because it slips off. This looks. I hope you can edit. So, names that are going to be at the show. Any cosplayers that I know? Besides the Angrygeeks, of course.
I don't need anybody more than Angrygeeks.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. Welcome, the Angrygeeks. All right, now you can go. No.
Well, we're going to have the amazing artist Rusty Gilligan and Jim Taylor. Jim Taylor is actually here today, and
Should be talking to him soon.
yes, we have author Jacqueline Carey coming in from I believe it's Maryland. I can't remember. No, Wisconsin, and she's an amazing author, and we're going to be working.
Nothing in Wisconsin.
Huh?
There's nothing in Wisconsin.
Well, that's why she's leaving Wisconsin to come
Been
here.
there? Holy crap.
And we're looking into a lot of them right now. It's a little bit early, so we don't have anybody signed up definite, but we've got a lot of lines in the water.
Well, as long as you have us, everything else should just fall into place. Ace, any questions? Or comments?
Give me that.
Everybody just wants to take it away from me. I think it's...
Feel powerful when you have the mic in your hand. So let me ask you. I mean, for the people that have never been Inconceivable, I mean, do you gear this show towards more comics, or are you more of a media kind of guy with celebrities? You know, what's your focus for the show for next year?
It's gonna be a lot of entertainment. We're looking to put on some great panels. We're going to look at some great entertainment, some shows. We're going to have karaoke on Saturday, like I said. We're going to have a great 18 and older night. So panels are going to be running all day long and all night. And the guest room and the dealer room are going to be combined. So you go down there, you're going to pay a lot of local artists, a lot of local talent, and then hopefully we're going to get some national-wide publicity for the show and bring in some high-end vendors. Again,
Like myself.
The vendors room is going to be opening up for January, so we'll know better then. But it's a small vending room, so you got to get in early if you want.
So, but you're gonna give us the scoop now, right? Like off camera.
Sure.
We'll pretend it's no. Oh yeah, we're not recording anymore.
Yeah, we are. Keep going.
No, he was. I know what you meant. The 3, 2, 1 meant we're gonna cut this off. Let's end it with RJ. Again, this is RJ from Inconceivable. I'm Ace Fett for Jeremy Courtney, Angry Geeks.
Here we are with TC Ford back. I promised this individual back at Bing Kong that we're going to have him on the show, and we're busy. The Angry Geek show is busy. We're constantly busy, and our first conversation was about one of my favorite all-time artists, an independent girl, Sabrina. Yeah, and I said, I brought her over to you. I said, check this girl out. Now, you were telling me off camera, I wanted to bring it on before we talk anything else. I brought a fantastic artist to you, and what's she doing for you?
She's working on a graphic novel. It's a personal story. The artwork is phenomenal, and we're going to be publishing that when she's ready for us to do that.
You have pictures? It's not real unless you have pictures.
I have pictures. I have pictures. It's my Swamp Thing cover that I always hawk, and I thank you for doing that for her.
Sure.
I want to. I mean,
she's a good talent and very shy, very good talent.
I met. Believe it or not, I met her the same day as I met you. I walked by her table, Swamp Thing, I want that. And then I met you, and I was like, I gotta. This girl is awesome. I'm so glad we can help out. What are you doing here at the Last Minute Con?
Well, I heard about it at the last minute, and I don't get a chance to come up to this part of the state that often, probably about 2, 3 times a year. So I figured, I wanted to come up and kind of promote my work up this way, because I'm used to promoting it pretty much in the Fairfield County area, New Haven County area, or I'll go out to New York or Boston. Whoops.
Oh. 9 point.
Only 9.2. Only on the Angry Geek show that we got stuff throwing around, and we got babies walking in and all kinds of stuff. What do you got here?
Okay, this is actually the latest printing of a book that we produced called Shockwave. It started out as kind of like a promo or demo comic for projects that we have coming up. This also features some of the early work of Howard Porter, who's now doing JLA 3000, but we had him first. And some of the other work that we have coming up are early works from artists like Amanda Connor, Steve Montano. So, we started with these guys first, and then they went on to DC and Marvel, made bigger names for themselves. But we still have the rights to print the stuff that they did when they were doing stuff for us. I was the last editor-in-chief at Charlton, so I got to meet a lot of people coming in as they were showing me samples of their work. And then after I left Charlton, I continued to work with them. So.
See, this is amazing. We got top things going on here at the Angry Geek show. Jeremy, you got anything for TC before we get back to TC's other stuff?
Where do we buy the comic?
Online at indiemugs.com, and there's also select stores in Connecticut currently, or if you see me at a convention.
And what other comics do you have going right now?
We have the Philistine graphic novel. That's something that's been optioned for feature film production. That's being handled by the creator of the book. So
get it now, speculators. Come on.
Well, actually,
it's signed for you.
If you get a chance, you can see a stand-up of the character and the writer in the movie Chasing Amy, along with a big banner, which Batman is read the Philistine. It's in the movie, and it's available wherever you can rent.
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy, yeah.
Kevin Smith. Anybody? Come on, keep going.
Not just Kevin Smith, the new Batman, Ben Affleck.
I'm sorry. There was a stand-up of the character in the movie. Yeah. If you saw the movie, there's a comic book scene in the beginning and at the end of the movie.
We're not supposed to talk to the help.
So it's at the end of the movie. I wasn't able to get down to Red Bank when they shot it, so I'm not there. But the writer is there and the character is there.
It's funny. The camera. People that watch our show, they know anything goes. We don't care. We do edit, but nobody. We just don't care. We're the Angry Geeks. What do we care? Team Angry Jr., both of them are sick. I'm just getting over being sick. So what do? We have our special guest, Ace Fett. We're like, Ace, run the camera so Jeremy and I can talk to TC. TC, bring up your mug. That's that.
Oh, I thought you meant his picture.
We decided.
Show us your mug.
We decided a while ago. You can go to any store and you can find DC and Marvel merchandise everywhere. You can find Star Wars merchandise everywhere. harder to find stuff from smaller independent companies. And the one reason why is that it's prohibitively expensive for a smaller company to make something like a mug or T-shirts, that type of stuff. So, having been in the printing game for years and years and years, I figured out a way to do it a little less expensive. This mug, if you were to go on something like Zazzle, would probably cost you like anywhere from $20 to $25. We can do it for $12.95. So
$12.95. And you know what? We liked their page just this week. You can find it right here. You can find a link to that on our page. And this is a beautiful mug. Look at this. You can't get any better than that for $12.95. $12.95. This is actually cheaper than a night with Jeremy Courtney. You can't get cheaper than that at all. One last question before. One last question. Here at Team Angry, the Angry Geek Show, we get questions all the time. People saying, "Hey, I have a comic book idea. What do I do?" How can they get in contact with you?
they can go online to www.unitedcomicworks.com, or they can find our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/unitedcomics. And or our Indie Mugs page, which is where you can find more of the Indie Mugs. And yeah, just shoot me a letter or a note, and maybe some JPEGs of some of your artwork, so we can see what we're working with, and we can go from there.
All right, TC, thanks again. I'm sorry it took me so long to get you on the show.
No problem.
I will see you again soon. I know. For Jeremy Courtney, for Ace Fett, hanging in for Team Angry Jr. This is Louis Perry. We'll be back in a minute.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Angry Geeks. I'm Ace Fett with Jeremy Courtney, and we are here with Mark. And forgive me, I can't pronounce your last name. How do you say it?
It's Masztal.
Masztal. It's a strong name. And Mark, tell us a little.
Pastel with an M.
Yeah, you look like I was barbarian. Then all of a sudden now I'm thinking like, what happened?
Easier for people.
But Mark, for the fans that don't know you, tell them a little bit about what you do and what you're here doing at the Last Minute Con.
Sure. I've been in the comic book business freelance since about 1989. Started off with Caliber Press out of Michigan. Segued into advertising. Did a little bit of work for Crusade Entertainment. And over the past few years, been doing a lot of graphic design work, packaging for books, comic books, other people's books. And I decided this past year, take one of my old projects, relive it, package it as a graphic novel, and I said, okay, I want to do something more original, my own work. So now I've been doing my own book, Nomad, and issue 1 is out. I'm working on issue 2, and I've got planned 7 issues for the whole storyline.
So tell us a little bit about issue number 1.
Nomad
See if we can get that in frame. There's Nomad.
This is Nomad, and this is the cover art to it.
Okay.
So you can see what I've done for the black and white, and then I brought it in and done all the digital coloring and all the branding on it.
So who is Nomad?
Nomad is a traveler throughout the galaxy. He travels in a sentient ship who is named Magellan. You come to find out that they have roots on Earth. They started off in 1879 as little children, and they were abducted by aliens. So we're talking 100, 125 years that they've been roaming around. They were experimented on. He was turned into the ultimate physical weapon, and his brothers turned into the ultimate mechanical or AI weapon. Okay. Broke away from their captors, and now they've been basically hanging out in the galaxy for 100 years, give or take.
So then, who would this comic appeal to? If people are wondering, how could what about this comic they could get into? Who would it appeal to?
I think it's good for kids and adults, anybody who's into science fiction. It's fairly a family-safe book. So kids are really getting into comics that don't want a lot of gore and violence and heavy action. This will be perfect for them. I also play around with lots of different alien races. The main bad guy in this book are these frog creatures called the Reneans, and they are basically the hitmen or the gophers when it comes to this kind of galaxy. Okay. You need something done, you hire the frogs. And I play it up. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it is very serious stuff.
I don't know if anybody has ever gotten scared of you need somebody whacked, hire a frog.
Hire a frog. But you're talking a 4 foot, 5 foot tall frog.
What's up?
why Jeremy left. He saw the frog.
Oh yeah, he got scared. He saw the frogs and he got scared. So that's Nomad. This is number 1. You're working on number 2, and now are you a staple in New England now, or is this home? Are you visiting?
Yeah, I've been here all my life. I've spent most of it in Western Massachusetts. Spent a lot of time in Chicopee, and now I'm in Springfield. I've been doing shows since 1989 all throughout the area. Boston, Worcester, Connecticut, Vermont, New York City. Past few years I got out of it just because I was focusing more on graphic design and book packaging. But now I'm trying to make a little bit more of a name, getting back into it. Last year and the year before I helped promote a convention in the area called BingCon, which was a fundraiser for...
we did go to BingCon. It was awesome.
Yeah, our second year was really well received. We expanded our tables from 27 to 40. And we moved it into a bigger location because I will admit our first year was a little tight, but it was at the Bing, and we wanted to really support the people at the Bing. And I think this past year with having food on the premise, having a DJ, having a little bit of a cosplay parade, yeah, you guys are there. We had a good show, and we're looking to do it again next year. We're going to probably bump up to maybe 50 tables. We're going to move the show from the end of August into maybe October. Try to get away from the people who are on vacation or getting ready to go back to school. And we're gonna, I didn't want to do it, but I think we're gonna put the word comic in there. So it'll be the Bing Comic Con. People are asking us, what is Bing Con? But I think we put the word comic in there. People know what it is. Okay. And
so tell the fans out there in Angry Geek Land where they can find you, where they can find Nomad, the product, so they can buy it, and or your upcoming shows, your website, things like that.
Okay, I do have a website. It's www.masztal.com, Masztal. I have to do a little more revisions to it because I want to put Nomad up there. Right now, I've been going around different comic book stores, hitting it there so people can buy it at local stores here in the Northampton area.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, you guys, you heard it here first. That's Masztal, and thanks for joining us on the Angry Geek Show.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned.
We're still here at we are still here at the Last Minute Con, and you've seen this individual. I invaded his show so many times. I'm waiting for the footage to come up. You saw him with our good friend Smiley at Whirly Brawl, Opportunity Knocks RPW. He just, I don't know why he didn't understand Smiley, but I'm gonna hand the mic over to
Zoe?
No, not to Zoe. Don't. See, on the Angry Geek Show, we have people walking in and out all the time, but now I'm going to have a serious sit-down chat with my good friend. We're going to be the Mega Powers together, Angry Geek Show and the ConMen. This is Leo from ConMen. We're going to be the Mega Powers. Leo, you and I share a lot of different passions, and we talk on the phone a few nights a week sometimes. We have a lot in common. I mean, never mind, Jeremy. Never mind, Jeremy.
You wouldn't understand.
No, he wouldn't understand. He would not understand. Tell us about ConMen.
Well, ConMen is a show dedicated to the fans, and it's all about the artists, the writers, doing documentaries and all the conventions to inspire people to keep up their crafts and do whatever makes them happy.
I want to clear the air. A lot of times I introduce you to Eric Newton, my Revival Pro Wrestler sponsor, and I called you my competition.
Right.
Mitch Halleck, you went to Mitch and you told him, oh yeah, we say we're competition. And Mitch looked at you and said, you guys are two totally different ideas and shows. You want to explain why I said competition?
Oh, that's because he's trying to get a rise out of me because ex-pro wrestler here wants to make a little brawl.
That's right. It was just friendly banter because, not like I said at the last time you and I were both on camera, we are going to be the Mega Powers. We're going to do something together, a joint effort. I know it. I feel it. And I am waiting for you for that joint effort. So whatever you want to do, you let me know. We're going to be there. And I'm going to give you the mic now because I want you to interview Jeremy. ConMen style, not angry Geek style. You got to do a ConMen style.
ConMen style. All right. Come on in here, Jeremy. Thank you, Louie. All right.
And I'm not
Your
even going to
people
say a
didn't
word.
call me to prep me for this.
No,
you know?
I'm
That's
gonna
okay.
I'm
We
gonna
never
get back
do.
into professional wrestling mode. I'm not even going to say a word, brother.
All right.
Go right ahead.
So, Jeremy, how you doing today? We're at a
Hi.
mini con.
Who are you?
I'm Leo.
Oh, hi, Lee.
ConMen.
ConMen. I've never heard of you.
Jeremy, where are you from?
South
You
Hadley, Mass.
seem nervous. That's okay. You can relax. The camera is our friend. Another person right there. See him? Look, he's laughing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? Screen. All right, no. Okay. All right, so tell us,
Downward dog.
how did you get into
Into.
the Angry Geek show?
He won't leave me alone. He calls me. He keeps asking me to hang out with him. That's how it happened.
Really?
Yes.
So the whole.
I'm kind of a introvert. Like, you know, I hang out with me, and the coolest person in the room, by the way. And this guy, he broke me out of that by calling me and being like, "Hey, let's hang out. Hey, let's hang out. Hey, sell me this comic book. Hey, let's hang out." And then he was like, "Hey, I have this show you want to be on?" I was like, "Okay," which I tried to stay away for the longest time. I kept coming up with excuses. I ran out of excuses at one point. You know, I even had a child trying to make excuses.
Who's this?
Work. This is the one, the only Zoe Jane Courtney.
Hi.
Zoe, you want to say hi?
Yeah.
She says daddy.
Daddy.
She's so cute. Does she like comic books?
She likes to open.
She
She likes to open them in toys. And you got to introduce this lovely lady right here.
Yes. So Jeremy, this lovely lady is Tasha. She's my fiance.
Oh, I thought you brought your babysitter with you. I was like, ah.
She kind of is. Tasha, say hi.
Hello.
So Tasha, what do you have to do with ConMen?
I edit, I put up with all the grunt work, and keep up with this guy.
And she gets grabbed by strange people and pulled on camera.
Actually, you know, she does do a lot of stuff. Like she came in just as the original photographer, and I told her, I was like, Tasha, you know, people want to see you on camera. You're just so beautiful. I'm not being biased at all. I'm just being honest. Look at, and she does these interviews that are wonderful, right, Tasha?
It's like you're with Smiley again.
It's all natural.
Very natural, yeah. All natural.
See, this is what you get on the Angry Geek show opposed to ConMen. You don't have crazy individuals on ConMen, correct?
You know, we just learned to accept it.
That has to be my spot when they asked me. They had me on their show, and it was like, this was a big mistake. A big mistake.
No, it's great because, you know, you get a little variety. Everybody, who doesn't love variety? You know? And Tasha, do you like variety?
It's always interesting.
What's the most interesting thing about variety?
You never know what to expect.
Jeremy,
Yes.
do you agree with that?
Sure.
Do you agree with that, Louie, and why?
Why? Why do I? Variety, and you never knowing what to expect, and why do we like it? Well, you guys watch our show, so you know what to expect, what not to expect, because anything can happen. I mean, we can have somebody come just walking right in right now. You have a baby. We'll have a dog. We have Leo. We don't care what happens because it's what keeps us original and apart from everybody else. And you guys are original and apart from everybody else. That's what makes me special. That's what makes these guys super special. Leo, the interview's almost done. I'm gonna let. Will you stop it?
I was just showing my specialness.
I want Leo to close out the interview. Tasha, you close out the interview.
Thank you, Tasha.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time on the interwebs. Woo!
Thank you for watching Angry Geek Show
And
and
ConMen.
ConMen.
Check them out.
Jeremy Courtney here of the Angry Geek Show. With me, as usual, my co-host, Ace Fett. Boss is fired. We're here with Mr. Taylor.
Oh, Jim Taylor.
Jim, oh, sorry. I'm not allowed to use Mr. Jim Taylor, who's an artist, and he's here today with us at Most Excellent Comics in Enfield, Connecticut. And what have you brought us today to check out?
Just brought a lot of my own artwork. couple of books that I've worked on.
Can we see?
So, sure.
Can we see? I'd love to. I love art.
Since we were already discussing this.
Oh yes.
So this was just it's a concept that I had that if some of the more popular characters from the Justice Society, the DC book, if they were to show up like right after their first appearance, like right after Action Number 1 or Detective 27, and then they became the Justice Society, what would that look like? So we were able to, with a couple of friends, I was able to do kind of a mock-up cover.
That is fantastic. I'm digging the Green Lantern.
So, oh yeah, Alan Scott. He was always my favorite Green Lantern out of all of them, even though he's got the worst weakness in the world, wood. So you can shoot him, you can stab him, nothing's going to happen. But if you hit him with a chair, he's out. So.
We need to get you in frame. So
okay.
The boss is who we've stuck behind the camera.
Right in front of the face. That's always the best way to go.
Yeah, they do that to me a lot too. Now, you said you worked on a few books. Name a few.
So, well, mostly for independent publishers, like for.
We love indies, by the way.
Like Illustration Studios, did work for them. Trinity Comics, which is actually based out of Australia, they had me do a Batman themed type character, vigilante type character for them. So mostly been independent works. So, and right now I'm presently working on, my wife was like, that's it, you're never going to get famous doing everybody else's characters. We got to create a character and just you do it yourself. So we ended up coming up with this character called The Rap, and we're working on it right now to produce it, hopefully have it be able to launch in August.
I'm guessing it takes place in New Orleans?
There you go. So, I mean, if we're able to tell that right away, just looking from the art, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
So,
Streets of Dead giveaway.
Well,
hey, that's a big help.
I was smart for a second there.
For a second. Here's my thing with say something like this with the rap.
Yep.
I mean, basing it in New Orleans and having, everybody knows the Age Hotel, you don't go on side streets because you probably get kidnapped. And I'm seeing these piano keys. I'm guessing, can we speculate what's going on here with? Is he just in the shadows? Is he finding these people that are kidnapped? What's the storyline?
He's in the shadows, and what it is we want to try to mix in a little bit of voodoo, as well as a little bit of mob work, some not so great police, and actually it's kind of interesting because the main character, the Rap, he's a jazz musician, so it's going to be an African American character, and
in the lead.
In the lead.
You hear that, Marvel and DC? So, in the lead.
Hey, it can be done, So, and this is actually going to be his the main villain at first right now.
Women are the best villains, by the way. They are the scariest people on the planet.
Interestingly enough, she doesn't look like this all the time. She can actually physically transform to look completely human. Okay. And then, when she does transform into her more villainous side, becomes kind of more crocodile type. So. Yeah, a changeling type thing. So we're, like I said, a little magic, a little voodoo, a little police corruption. So we're trying to add everything in and just making something interesting set in the past.
Nice. What time era?
We're looking like late 1930s, just right pre-World War II.
So tell us, where can we pick up The Rap?
The Rap is not going to be available probably until this coming August. We're still in production on it, working on it, getting it to the printers and everything. But once it does, actually, if you go to my Facebook page.
Oh, yes, Facebook.
Which is the Art of Jim Taylor, all right? All the information.
I'll be liking you later on today.
All the information.
I like all my favorite people.
And as soon as we're ready for release, it's going to be announced there. And hopefully they'll have some of them down here at Most Excellent that people will be able to pick up.
I'm sure Mason will be more than happy to do that. So the Art of Jim Taylor on Facebook.
Yes, on Facebook.
Find him there, folks. All right. Thanks.
We're still here at the Last Minute Con. I am with a New England legend, Mr. RonLeary Jr. I got a question. Are you related to Jeremy Leary?
No, and Timmy is not my uncle.
Okay. I was just asking because there is one of our sponsors, Revival Pro Wrestling. Their little Zoe. See, anything can happen on the Angry Geek show, and we say this all the time. And no, you can't draw. No. And anything happens on our show. And the reason why I asked you if you were related to Jeremy, one of our sponsors, the Revival Pro Wrestling, their heavyweight champion, is Jeremy Leary.
Oh.
And you don't want to be related to him.
Oh, okay.
No, right. Not at all. Not at all. So I see that the good people at Most Excellent Comics brought you all the way here with your tremendous artwork and the new cover of Heavy Metal. What's it like being out here with fans?
It's fantastic. Mason has an awesome store here. It's got lots of different items here, from games to most collectible stuff that you can get for the statues. And every time I come in here, I just get into awe and get drawn back into why I like doing what I do. And when the customers come in and they come up and they see me and they want to get stuff signed, it's awesome. Just makes you feel good.
Yeah, this is the second time that we were here filming an episode of the Angrygeeks show, and what happens is when we go to take our break to show up our sponsors, I wander away and I just look at everything I want to bring home. What if you had the choice to bring anything here home? What would you bring?
What would I bring? Well, he's got a replica of the Firefly. He's got the gun. Probably take that. I love the props. So
Mason, you better make him happy. Give him a deal. See, I could call out Mason because that's what we're all about. So, the holiday season, you got any plans?
Just getting more stuff done and getting prepared. I got a couple more commissions that I got to get working through. I've got this really cool John Carter piece that I'm working on, which is, it's going to be sweet.
All right, speaking of commissions, how can people get in contact with you besides Facebook, besides Twitter, besides all the social media stuff?
Well, my website, you can go through my website, and it's just RLeary at rl2visualarts.com.
See, that's so easy. How long do commissions usually take? I mean, we've had many artists on the show, but how long would a normal commission take?
If the list was cleared, you could probably get a piece in 3 days. I'd get it done, and then it'd get down to you by the end of the week, through shipping. When it starts to get backed up, I have core clients that come in with a lot of the video game stuff that I do, and that always takes priority. But I always let the clients know ahead of time that it's if something's come up, I have to push this back a little bit. And when they get it, they're always happy about it, so they don't have any problems.
What's next? Anything big? And any independent comics, any major comics, anything big that you want to talk about? Or if you can't talk about it, say I can't talk about it.
Some things I can't talk about. A lot of there's a lot of stuff that I'm working on that I can't really talk too much about. I do have a lot of new paintings that I'm going to be working on because there's a LuxCon that I'm going to be involved in, which will be my first time next year going to that show. And I'm pretty stoked about that because there's a few artists that I'm big fans of still that that got me inspired to be into what I do. And like Boris is going to be there, and I can't. Julie Bell, and I'm like, I got to somehow stay at my table without not running around all over the place.
Like I just said, I take a break from filming, and I end up running around wanting to buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Out of all the Batmobiles, if you could drive one, okay, and this goes back to even the Super Friends Batmobile. Any Batmobile, which one would you drive? See, this is the hardest question ever.
The hardest question is the hardest one because, Keaton's was so freaking cool. And the tank one is...
Oh, the Tumbler.
Oh, the Tumbler. I mean, I think that just rumbling around, it would feel pretty sweet. And I'm a big bike rider, so it's it looks like it handles nice and sweet. So I'd like to give that a try.
So you have a bike?
Not anymore.
But what kind of bike did you have?
Well, I had a Honda for a while, and then I got rid of that. So, bikes.
You were just like, yeah, but I had to get rid of it. All right, Jeremy saying that we wasted enough of your valuable time, sir. I'm sorry to bring up that you had to get rid of your motorcycle. Look, he's gonna cry now.
No, it's all good.
It wouldn't be the first time somebody came on the show and cried, and
Yeah, it's been a
people behind the camera should not talk. See, this is what you get on the Angrygeeks show.
No, it's okay.
Ron, thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
It's an honor. I'm not a sir. Do I look like I'm more of a scoundrel, not a sir?
All right, I'll deal with that. That's cool.
Back to you guys. Thanks. No. All right, our last interview of the day here at the Last Minute Con with the man who put it all on, the guy who actually invited the Angrygeeks show here, Matt Herring. Thank you very much for having us, brother. I appreciate it.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having this. You're going to Florida. You're moving up in the world. I'm with a major celebrity right now, so I'm proud of that.
Thank you. It's not major yet, but I'm. Yes, yes.
Tell Jeremy to shut up.
Yes, Jeremy, shut up, man. And this interview brought to you by Ocean Spray Sparkling Cranberry.
And my sponsors just dropped us. Sorry, Bill.
I'm trying to pass a kidney stone. Cranberry is the best way to go. So if I start convulsing on the floor, you know what's
I'm leaving.
Yeah, don't. Well, one Heimlich maneuver and try and attempt it mouth to mouth, please.
No, if you go on if you go on the floor, I'm going to do like when we're covering RPW events, like when we're interviewing one of the wrestlers and the other one. I'm just going to go, whoa, this interview's done. Just step over and keep walking. Tell me, Planet of the Apes. I want to help you with that.
Okay. So my Doctor Who book that I wrote is a history of the Doctor, mostly for an audience that is kind of catching up to it now with a whole history. The Planet of the Apes book that I'm working on is sort of the same thing, that you have this huge resurgence of apedom, yet people aren't going to want to go back and watch the old ones. But I think you need to know the history. So what I'm doing in this one is taking all the movies, the 5 movies, the animated series, the TV series, the very much underappreciated Tim Burton movie, which the reason I loved it, thank you, Jeremy. The reason I loved it was that is closer to the original Pierre Boulle novel than the other ones were.
Not many people know that was a French short story.
Yes, Pierre Boulle. And it's a great book, and you can read the book if you get it, and you can probably read it in like 2 days. It's an amazing book. It's tough to read it now compared to what we've seen in science fiction, because you read it and you're like, what? This is not working. This doesn't make sense. But for the time and what it created, that's your stepping stone. That's where everything starts.
Well, the end of Tim Burton's movie is very much like the end of the book.
Oh, absolutely.
And I remember I read the book in high school, and it was like one of my English projects, and people were looking at me. There was a book for Planet of the Apes?
Yep.
Yes, stupid. There was a book for Planet of the Apes.
And it was written by
Shut up, Jeremy.
It was written by a French guy.
Yeah. It was... No, I didn't turn off. I was still on, Jeremy. Shut up, Jeremy. This is professionalism at its best.
At its finest.
Yes, and I'm with the man of the hour here. Pull up some of your art.
Pull up some of my art?
Yeah, your paintings.
Oh, you want me to grab one?
Yes, I want you to grab one.
All right. So first of all, am I showing you or am I showing the camera?
You can show the camera. You can show me. Doesn't matter.
So I haven't touched a paintbrush since 1986. And since I'm writing 2 or 3 books right now, every once in a while I need to get away from words. So I got some canvases, just started to see what would come out. So this is Eddie, the Ace is High from Iron Maiden. That was a ton of fun to do, but I realized I can't do a million Eddies. But I'm also realizing that I am not a very good painter. So I've done Planet of the Apes ones for my book.
As much as I don't like Marvel, I had to show these two because they're the ones that made me actually enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you've got Groot and you have got Rocket Raccoon. Now this is the Rocket Raccoon old school with the blue uniform. But you can't do old school Groot because nobody wants that. Nobody wants the big real tree. Everybody wants cute, happy, I am Groot. So
to me, Groot was always a ripoff of the Swamp Thing, worse than the Man Thing.
Yeah, but it is with a very limited dialogue.
Very.
There was a Rocket Raccoon comic that just came out a few months ago. We reviewed it on Secret Identity Podcast.
I was going to mention that. Don't worry.
Well, I had to throw that in somewhere. And did we mention that it's brought to you by Ocean Spray?
No, we didn't.
There was an episode an issue where Rocket Raccoon was telling a story, and then Groot decided he was going to tell a story. So the whole story, as you're reading this Scotty Young episode or this issue, 20 pages of every dialogue was I am Groot. And it was brilliant because you could see what the story was. You don't need anything, and even like all the thought bubbles, I am Groot. Every word, I am Groot. Everything, I am Groot. And then the story ends with these 3 characters sitting around a fireside going, yeah, we didn't even understand anything he said except for this one little tree going, that was the best story I ever heard. Amazing stuff. So Groot is really, Groot and Rocket have really taken off.
Yeah, I know. But you know how I feel about Marvel. Everybody knows how I feel about Marvel.
I'm a DC guy, but I
have a bone to pick with you, by the way. I'm very angry at you.
Okay, what now?
All right, first of all, I'm very upset because was blinded by you in a bathtub. But
oh yeah,
that Flash issue in the bathtub.
Oh yeah.
I was going to call you. I was just going to call you and say, what the hell are you doing?
So I brought in the very first, the first reappearance, or the reappearance of the Golden Age Flash. I want to say it was Flash 127 or 123. And I just brought it in the tub because I do a ton of reading in the tub. And then I'm like looking at it going, wait a minute, this is like a key book. I probably shouldn't be bringing this one in the tub. Put a picture of it on Facebook with that little caption.
In the bathtub, mind you. And I was like, oh, Matt, you freaking blinded me.
Yeah. Then it started, because I do that all the time. I brought in my Daredevil #1 in the tub. The first Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is what, Strange Tales 137 or 134. That's been in the tub with me. I like to bring 50-year-old things into the tub with me. It's a thing I have. Take that as you will.
All right, Matt. We got another stop today. Thank you for having at the Last Minute Con. We hope we're going to be invited to the next Last Minute Con. It's always a pleasure. I know I'm going to be running into you at other conventions, and I love harassing you.
We see each other all the time, and it's awesome.
Actually, we do at cons. We do.
Yep.
We run into each other, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Always. Thank you, brother.
Thanks.